Good afternoon. My name is Kristen Juarez, and I'm a graduate student at UT Arlington College of Nursing. And this is a book review for the partial fulfillment of 5343, Leadership in Complex Healthcare Organizations. The book I chose to read was Strength-Based Leadership, Great Leaders, Teams, and Why People Lead by Tom Rath and Barry Conchie. Tom Rath is the author of this novel and has spent his entire career studying human behavior. He has written 6 New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestsellers and has had more than 6 million book copies sold. Tom serves as a senior advisor for Gallup, where he previously worked for 13 years on employee engagement, strengths, well-being, and leadership. He has been described as offering practical tips for making long-lasting behavior changes. Barry Conchie co-authored this book and is the founder and president of Conchie Associates. Prior, he served as a senior scientist for Gallup's Global Leadership Research and Development. Born in the UK, Barry has more than 35 years experience of leadership and executive leadership experience in the areas of psychometric assessment, executive coaching, top-level succession planning, individual and team optimization, organizational effectiveness, and strategy alignment. The target audience for this book really is those emerging leaders or leaders that are trying to rebuild some effective teams. The purpose of this book really starts with Dr. Don Clifton. He was considered the father of strength-based psychology and is the creator of the Clifton Strength Finders. Dr. Clifton conducted more than 20,000 interviews of people in leadership roles in various occupations and industries. He utilized this information to help leaders identify their strengths. He was able to discuss what separated successful leaders from their counterparts. Strength-based leadership really is just an extension of his previous work. What was identified was that all great leaders have common traits. Great leaders focus on investing in their own strengths, surrounding themselves with the right people to maximize their work teams, and they have the ability to understand their followers' needs. The authors discuss the difficulties of effectively leading when a leader does not know their own strengths. Often leaders strive to be competent in all areas. However, this often backfires, making them be the least effective leader. Great leaders overcome these challenges by knowing when they need to call in help to offset their weaknesses. A leader needs to know his strengths as a carpenter knows his tools, or as a physician knows the instruments at her disposal. So by studying thousands of executive teams, 4 distinct domains of leadership were identified: strategic thinking, executing, relationship building, and influencing. When looking back at Strength Finders, the specific things that emerge from Strength Finders can actually be placed into these broader categories. So for example, strategic thinking had themes of analytical, ideation, learner. Executing themes had themes of achiever, consistency, discipline, focus. Relationship building had themes of developer or empathy. And influencing had themes of communication, maximize, and woo. The authors discussed that it serves a team well to have representation of strengths in all 4 of these domains. And although individuals don't need to be well-rounded, teams do. So what were some of the strengths that I found in this book? Well, for starters, it was a very easy read, a night read, a weekend read, very easy. The book is presented in a way that allows the readers to hear stories of successful leaders and how they leveraged their strengths for their success. The end of the book, of course, gives tips on how leaders can leverage their strengths to help them with leading. Shortcomings, I really didn't find many. However, I highly recommend having previously read Finders. The layout of the book is very similar to Strength Finders 2.0, and having already taken Strength Finders, I found this to be just a great extension of what I had already read before. So I believe this book discussed and met the objectives. It highlighted the importance of understanding your own strengths. It discussed how to invest in others' strengths, how to focus on getting the right people on your team, and how to meet the needs of your followers. For recommendations, of course I recommend this book. It is a great quick read for any emerging leader or an experienced leader just trying to discover new ways of building teams. Thank you.